you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. Early I'm up, I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. It's shorty, she support rock. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Come on, set. Thank you, Gabe.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
I got to finish that first half.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 10 on a Kansas City first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jarek McKinnon. Tackle made there by Josh Bynes.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
To throw on third down, Eason. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
Mike Part 9, Mike Part 9. All day, just like
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's got room. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. On first down, it's gone. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Jarrell Casey with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Goff. And that is incomplete.
He chasing me with Jarrell Casey.
Down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is gone. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. This is Johnson. He's got it. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on fourth down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on fourth down here early in the game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
He'll get this one to Galladay. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. To throw again on 2nd down. Gone. That'll be complete to Cook.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Gone. And that will be caught by Jones. He's got a Buffalo touchdown. Marvin Jones. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are first on the scoreboard here this afternoon. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Back to throw. Eason. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. The first down carry here for Johnson. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And he'll get 4 there down to about the 12-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Eason. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. T.J. Hawkinson. his first touchdown on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And it's up and good. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
God.
Throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Goff is just so bad,
only
bro.
one so far in this first
I'm gonna draft the
And you know
quarterback,
as
bro.
well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Now on
He's just so terrible, bro. I wish he could
to be
throw.
incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
All that field out there, he want to put it right there.
On 1st and 10, Eason. And he will fire the open man. It's DJ Moore. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Running from the gun, Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hawkinson. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Here's a 2nd and 7. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Way back at the 17 now after the loss. It's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Eason. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking for Parker that time. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late 2nd quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, a bad spot for you, but the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Jones has it. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. What we got?
Hey, orbit.
55, Mike, got 55.
Now a first down throw. Gone. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So they are going to call on Dan Bailey here. His career log is 56 yards done in Seattle. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Again, it's Cook. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. The safety blitz works perfectly that time for Landon Collins. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Oh, he's got some breathing room. 20. There he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Jordan Howard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills have retaken the lead. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. They're going to try and run.
Damn.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Miles Jack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Back to throw. Eason going up top. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Eason. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the ground,
they got to get, who is that?
Measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Cook, and he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
We go, 76, 76.
Play action. It's gone. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted.
Who is that?
Picked up by Xavier
okay.
Howard.
I'm like, damn, I ain't get no separation, nothing. That's why.
I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Miles Jack. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Eason, catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. Looking to throw. Eason, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down. On 1st down, Eason. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down now, it's Johnson, and he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now, that's me. Go, Jack, fight.
Throwing on 1st down, Eason. And this is Parker, complete. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. Give him a couple on the catch, it's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down.
He's taking up with Jacob Eason,
plays in
boy.
the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw. Eason. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, Eason. The catch is made by Riley Ridley. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally down at the 9-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get them in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
2nd and 4. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Quan Alexander in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that
Damn,
was
who
well
is that behind me?
And he'll go backwards. Losing yardage to the 5. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it and give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. From the gun on 3rd down, Eason, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Looking downfield for Jones. And it's incomplete. We're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really both sides did, but they did what they...